look like a large pink sheep with a weird hairline. Hey, it's me. So, for the past year and a half, I've been really interested in painting on shoes, but up until now, I've always focused on one pair at a time and done something like pretty detailed and intricate. What I want to do this time is, instead of focusing on one pair of shoes and putting all my effort for the entire week on one pair, I'm going to do multiple pairs and make quicker designs that I've been wanting to do for a while. That's what I want to do today. We got the shoes. I bought 4 pairs. I don't know if I'm going to paint all 4. I'll paint more than 1, up to 4. I have a couple ideas, and I think that they should be relatively quick, but you know, sometimes things take much longer than anticipated. So anyway, we've got goals today. We're gonna make it happen, so let's start painting on some shoes. Okay, thank you. I've got a mess of shoes here. This is a lot. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. Okay, let's just start with 1. All right, literally, these are both right shoes. Whoops, I'm gonna need a left one in there. There we go. Now, as always, to start the process, I'm gonna need to tape these up using some vinyl tape. I'm applying that along the sole of my shoe, and I keep annoyingly popping my head into the frames. Ugh. Does anyone else have a slight fear or disgust with scalps?
Yeah, no?
Hair is fine, but scalps are kind of creepy. I just feel like people aren't cleaning their scalps well enough. Oh, why am I talking about this? Okay, 1 sole taped up. Let's take care of the other one.
Surprise!
Okay, and now I'm gonna cut out a few little pieces to cover the elastic part of the shoe. Take my knife and just cut away the excess. Tuck that under, and there we go. Exactly the same thing on this shoe. That transition sucked. The shoe was in the wrong direction afterward. Do better. This pair is ready to go, so I'm gonna jump right into sketching out my design, which involves a large circle that spans across the 2 shoes. I just freehanded that circle, and then I realized that's probably a terrible idea, so I brought back my tape to use it as a guide. And somehow, this circle I drew is actually completely perfect. Like, literally perfect. Wow, my confidence is just through the roof right now thanks to this perfect circle. This is my one greatest achievement. All right, I'm done. I'm finishing off the sketch. I'm doing night and day and night. Night and day. Day and night sounds better. And the circle is the sun on one shoe and the moon on the other. Let's take this one at a time though. Scooch over, bring in the paint.
Oh, glorious.
How are you, my dearling? Dearest, darling, all of it. It has been far too long since I've seen you.
How long has it been? 2 days?
That was creepy.
Okay, so this is the day shoe. Naturally, I'm going to be painting a nice bright blue sky for the background. And I'm just, painting around any clouds that I've already sketched out. And then, again, naturally, because it's part of nature, okay, I'm painting a rainbow in the sky. But no. This has nothing to do with my rainbow obsession. It's just that I wanted to paint a sky, and rainbows are there. It's natural. Plus, it's a good way to incorporate some color into the design of the shoe. Now, the big question,
What's at the end of the rainbow?
well, I don't know. It just kind of abruptly gets cut off by the elastic. And then there's that cloud on the other side. I'm not sure I like that area. It feels tense, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do about it, so I'll just leave it for now. Okay, what's next?
My son.
I'm painting the very large sun in. Yeah, this is starting to look a little cheesy. I'm feeling like I'm painting a classroom wall. I think my only option to avoid creating something too goofy looking is to start incorporating some shading into this. Starting with the sky, I'm going to be adding in some different variations of blue. All right, I'm digging that. That's kind of cool. I'm going to pour some darker versions of each of my rainbow colors. That single drip just had to ruin everything. I'm using these to create some texture and variation in my rainbow. The only problem is I'm supposed to be keeping these designs simple.
What
Simple. That was the whole point, so that I could do more than one pair in a video. But it seems that I'm already getting a little carried away with the details here. I'm gonna continue with this style anyway, carry it into the sun. Hopefully I can make it look a little cooler, or I guess hotter, I don't know, whatever. And here we go. Oh man, I'm back on this cloud issue. I decided I don't like the cloud there, so I just painted right over that. I think the rainbow looks good ending where it does, but the cloud just wasn't working there for me, so I think that's much better now. Speaking of clouds, I'm gonna start filling in the rest of the clouds now, cleaning up those edges and getting a nice bright white base. But then, oh, did you hear that gooey paint sound? Isn't it fantastic? I'm going to grab some gray paint, just a touch, just dip a little hair in and blend that into the clouds, create a little bit of depth there. I mean, I don't want storm clouds, so I'm gonna go back over it with white again to kind of soften it up and give us some nice, soft, fluffy looking clouds. Add a few little wispies around in the background, and here it is. This is how the day shoe turned out. Now who's ready for bedtime? I'm dumping out some midnight blue paint. Oh, that's glossy. Look at that. Nope. And I'm gonna use that on the background, but it's looking real dark, so I'm gonna add a whole bunch more bright blue into that to give it a little bit more life, and let's try this again. Oh yes, that's more like it. Since the day shoe has a blue background color, I wanted this one to also have a blue background color, just darker. I'm painting the entire shoe with that blue. There we go. Looks pretty nice. And then I'm gonna try to create kind of a galaxy look to this by just splotching on little areas of light and gently blending them out. My only concern here is that the shoes aren't going to look cohesive enough. So even though usually you paint galaxies with just blue and purple, I'm gonna pull in all the colors of the rainbow, which looks slightly odd in a way, but I think that that should help tie it with the day design since that one had so much color in it. I actually think using the additional colors does make it look kind of cool and unique, but I always think more color is better. I'm also gonna add some texture and shading into the moon, and while I wait for that first coat to dry, I'll add some stars to the galaxy as well. And hey, that was scary. This is just a quick reminder that my limited edition Rubik's Cube is still available for pre-order, but there's only 1 week left. So if you want one of these, please don't miss out. All the information for the pre-order and where to purchase it will be in the description. Anyway, this design was much faster and easier to paint than the other one, but I think that I like the final result of this one almost better. Okay, and we gotta make a ceremony out of this.
Really in with the drama.
They look pretty cool, minus the obnoxious red tape. So let's ditch that now, shall we? Much better. The final step is this glossy finisher to help protect the paint. Go ahead and apply that over both of the shoes, and from plain white Vans to completely custom day and night themed shoes. And even though the designs of these are night and day, literally and figuratively, I do think that they go together. I'm really happy with these actually. Now, a big part of my goal with doing the quicker designs was to create some shoes that I wouldn't be so afraid of ruining and maybe even, I don't know, wear them. But I spent a little more time on these than I was planning, and I'm not super thrilled with the idea of getting these dirty. Like, not at all. But that's okay. We still got more shoes to try, so let's switch these out for a fresh pair, and we're gonna skip right to the fun part. Oh, measuring. That's actually not fun. Well, I meant the painting, but that's fine. I'm actually just using this to draw some straight lines. I know I managed to perfectly freehand once in this video, but one time was enough. I don't need to prove anything. And now, there you are. It's painting time. For these, I want to do a color block kind of design, and this is where I realized I need more blocks. So I got out the ruler again and added more blocks. Okay. I absolutely love the color block style. I've been wanting a pair of color block shoes for a while. Oh, that rhymed. I hate rhyming. And this is the perfect video to do color blocking because it should be very very simple and easy to create. Of course, my brain, while I'm painting these, is like, maybe I could add something on top of the color blocking, just to, give it a little more interest and detail. But I had to stop myself. No, keep it simple. This really reminds me of that one t-shirt that I have. I'm very attached to it, to the point where I've considered going and buying a backup just in case anything happens to it. When you start thinking that way, the attachment is real. But I quite enjoyed the process of painting these. It was just fun and easy and relaxing. I'm gonna touch up a few little spots here. Notice I did not tape the elastic this time. I'm getting cocky. I figured this was a simple enough design, I could manage it. Okay, that's how the shoe is looking. On to the other one. Oh, I'm just jumping straight in here. Okay, yeah, you go in with that purple. Off by a hair. Now, I say this pair of shoes was easy, but it took a fair amount of thought and planning before I started painting to make sure that I was placing all the colors in perfectly balanced positions, or at least what I feel is perfectly balanced. You not only have to balance the colors of one shoe, of course I wanted the shoes to be completely different from each other, so then you have to come up with a new balance of colors, and then you have to balance that balance of colors with the other balance of colors on the other shoe.
Blah, blah, blah.
Once I figured out how I liked it and what I thought looked right, it was nice and easy going from there. And now I have completed both shoes, getting rid of that nasty old tape and revealing our beautiful white soles. Throw on a quick clear coat and boom, here are my finished color block shoes. I can definitely see myself wearing these out because they didn't take me a painfully long time to make, so I am a little bit less attached to them, but I still really love the look of them, so I think this is the perfect balance. Also, I feel like these wouldn't be that hard to coordinate with an outfit. Some of my designs I really love, but boy, the clashing potential is real strong. I think these are slightly easier and more practical to wear. Alright, moving on to the next pair. Whew, this feels like a lot of shoes. Pop in the paint, magic. And for the first time, I'm going to paint this pair kind of simultaneously because for the first time, I am doing the same design on both feet. I know, revolutionary. Normally, my designs take so long, and creating an intricate design not once, but twice, it's hard to wrap my head around, and then my soul starts to die. But this design, it's gonna be so quick and simple, I think my soul can live through it. So I've got a nice pink background on here, and I'm gonna go for a little dip of green because I'm doing a strawberry theme. So I'm painting a little strawberry leaf at the top of the shoe. Now, I considered doing strawberry on one foot and a different fruit on the other foot, but I couldn't think of a good way to design it so that they didn't look too mismatched. So I ended up deciding to do just a full strawberry pear. And honestly, not sure how I feel about the look of those strawberry leaves. Kind of looks like pointy slime dripping down the shoe.
Just a little bit.
Not my favorite. I tried to add some dark green trim. Let's see if that makes it better. I added in the seeds, which did help to some extent. At least it makes it look more like a strawberry, so that's good. And I'm messing with those leaves to try to improve that situation, adding the outline, which I think did help to make the design look a little bit more finished. Oh, and look at that trick. Wow, you're so cool. I also added the dark green to the back of the shoe to give a little interest back there. And yes, I'm back to these leaves. Sometimes when I don't like something, I feel like maybe it's just missing something, but the truth is, I just don't like it. I don't know why of all of the pairs, these got the signature of approval. Also, look at this. I definitely failed this time to keep the elastic clean. This is what happens when you get cocky. I tried to cover it up somewhat successfully. You can still kind of see where the paint was. Here they are. Well, we'll get the tape off of there. That's not helping the look at all. And sure, I'll go ahead and add a clear coat. Why not? And they're done. Can you feel my enthusiasm? I'm not a huge fan of these. I mean, they're not awful. I just don't think they're that great either. It's weird because usually I love strawberry themed things. It's normally such an easy thing to pull off. It's like my go-to, but this time I just am not digging it. I wouldn't be scared to wear these out or get them dirty, but also, I don't know how excited I am to wear them that much at all. On that note, that was all the shoes that I had time to complete this week. I do really love the day and night shoes, and the color block shoes were super fun to paint. The strawberry shoes, I tried. I hope you guys enjoyed this shoe painting video. I do still have one pair left that I didn't get around to, but I'm sure I'll paint it at some point in the future. If you want to see that, stick around. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!